hear us?
I think so.
I can hear you. They can hear us. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another stupid fucking episode of Two Guys, One Loop. I am your host, Brando Comics, and with me today is the most fuckable guy I know, El Fuzzo. So,
I
welcome
like
to
it.
our show where one bite is all it takes.
One bite. Just
We all
one.
know the rules.
We do.
So,
So, how are you today, sir?
I'm all right, but before I forget, I'm going to do our shout out,
Yes.
which is where
Who is our shout out?
my shirt comes from, Buttery Smooth. Okay.
Buttery.
Which is factual, very, very smooth. Okay, my wife has a friend. We have a
Okay.
friend who, and I'm not making money. I paid for this shirt, by the way. I paid for this. So I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, you shout out people give you free shit." Okay. Um, I just realized I fucking forgot.
Uh-oh.
I fucking forgot an unboxing I got upstairs from Stranger Comics. Another company that people think sends me free shit. But anyway, I guess we'll do that later. So anyway, Buttery Smooth. This comes from a production company called 1012 Productions. They are a broadcasting and media production company.
Oh.
Good friend of my wife's, or wife's wives.
Wow.
Wife. Good friend of my wife. I
Well,
don't
if we
have many
move to
wives.
Utah, it could be wives.
Rob Rosmus, he's a cool guy. And just because my wife is friends with him doesn't mean that I was going to shout him out. I have to go onto his Facebook page, 1012 Productions, TEN12 Productions,
Nice.
and check out all his stuff and check out his YouTube on my own to see if it gets my stamp of approval because I can't be sold.
Nice.
So I can't be bought. I can't be sold.
So he's
So I
got a
liked what I
Facebook
saw.
page,
Yes. And he
IG.
does. I'm not sure if he has an IG. I know he has a YouTube, which, by the way, he actually subscribed recently to Gom. Yes, he's pretty sweet. So if anybody needs like photography, aerial photography, drone photography, production stuff, he's a guy to go to. And in fact, I might be talking to him so we can get the ball rolling a little bit better on Two Guys, One Moop. So Rob Rosmus of 1012 Productions, you are this weekly
yeah.
shout out. Thank you. And I love that you made a shirt that says Buttery Smooth with a stick of butter on it. So.
I might have to purchase myself a Buttery Smooth shirt as well because that's fucking awesome.
I dig.
I am the furthest thing from Buttery Smooth. But I would still rock a shirt that said it.
Why not? I mean, just because your face isn't buttery smooth doesn't mean your fucking butthole or dick hole ain't.
I mean, dude.
Do you got a smooth dick?
I mean, I guess. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm a very hairy human. Like,
Oh, yeah, come on, man.
Well, you know. Yeah, so, I mean, I can't say that it's like lion mane, but like, I mean, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'd say it's smooth.
Smooth dick.
Hey, might as well be.
I dig it. Speaking about smooth dicks, just a shout out here that BrandoCon 2020 has officially been canceled because it sucks to suck. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yes, it has been canceled. But shit happens, life happens. Fucking gotta move on to the next. Well,
Yeah.
fucking, I mean, at the same time though, if you think about it, like every other con got canceled this year, so fuck it. Why not BrandoCon too?
Yeah, that's exactly why I canceled. I had concerns for COVID.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we all? Sorry. No, I actually just read, speaking of COVID, that apparently here where I'm at in Ohio, they did a vote in a city a little further away from me. It's about 30 minutes away from me. And apparently starting November 2nd, those kids are all going to be going back to school 5 days a week.
November 2nd.
That county. There's some counties, dude, like the down south counties, dude. Those kids have been 5 days since the beginning of the year. So at this point, dude, I am so just mind blown on this whole COVID fucking situation. Like I'm not gonna, knock people for, believing in it or not believing in it or whatever your
No, of
fucking
course
stance
not.
is on it, that's cool, dude. But like
I
at this
mean,
point, my fucking brain can't take this shit anymore.
yeah, I'm assuming maybe that the schools and the superintendents and mayors of those areas that
Right.
are allowing, maybe they read a certain book that was written recently by somebody talking about leadership lessons in COVID-19. He's just, I'm not going to say his name. Actually, I don't remember his name. He's a giant fucking tool, but he has, I don't know. I guess his nose is on the back of his head because his head is always in his own lap sucking his own dick. So maybe they read that book and made COVID disappear.
Maybe. Maybe they just made it disappear.
I
So
don't know. Yeah. Let's
yeah,
write
I
a
don't
book
know,
about
man.
how well we did during COVID when
Because
it's not even over.
I was I,
Bazinga!
well, I mean, fuck, man. The election's coming up soon, right?
Oh yeah,
We're
everybody go
not
out
getting
and
into
vote.
it.
Yeah, everybody
Yes.
go out and vote. You know what? Anyone on either side, you bitch about this, you bitch about that, but then you fucking stay at home on your couch or you don't mail it in. Like they're even letting you mail it in. I don't want to fucking hear it. If you don't vote, don't want to hear it.
There you go. At
God,
the end of the
nothing's worse.
day,
God, nothing's worse than people that fucking complain about shit that don't get up off their ass and go do something. It's so simple as just going to vote. Okay, maybe it's not going to work out in your favor, but at least you get to say you tried.
absolutely, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like that's all we can really ask for anybody. You know, that goes for work, that goes for relationships, that goes for friendships, that goes for fucking anything, dude. Like just put forth the fucking effort instead of bitching.
I don't know why that reminded me of what we were talking about earlier. And I,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about. We have a very good friend of ours, Mr. Javier, who, by the way, is going to be on the last episode before Halloween with our
Yes.
good friend Julio. We're going to have to figure out
Yes.
logistics for that.
Yes.
And he very, very recently just got, and by recent I mean today. Oh, by the way, everybody, today is Wednesday,
Yes.
October 14th, because our schedules now are mishy-mashed, so we just film whenever.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically he's been at this job for a very, very long time. And
Yes.
he just got his title or position moved, and he's very upset about it. And we were talking, and we're all talking about it, and he's a very positive guy. So he
Oh
just
my
got
God.
he
The
just
most positive human.
after
Next
Sam.
to, I was gonna say next to Sam.
Well, wouldn't you be that positive if you're just doing nothing but banging people's wives and making them cage
That's
their cock in the corner?
that's probably true. I'd probably be the most positive human being in the world. Like you've seen American Psycho, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I did. That's why I
I
have
mean,
mirrors all over my room.
okay. Now tell me, Sam, old Sam Maturo, dude. How many times do you think he
He's
just
looked in the
like
mirror and
he's looked in
flexed.
the mirror and just
He just
pointed?
pointed. It's all so many. I bet so many
Except for
times.
it's not looking in the mirror, it's looking at the dude in the corner.
Sucks to suck, buddy. Oh man. But yes.
But
So
yes, sorry.
so Javier, a very, very, very positive fellow, and I feel very bad for him because but he's positive. So he says, "It's fine.
Yes.
I have a job. I can't bitch." And
Right,
now
of
we're
course
all
you can.
like, "Oh no, no,
Oh no
enfin, mes
no.
amis, you can bitch all you want." So
Absolutely.
Fuzz here says, "Oh no, you absolutely can when they pull fuckery like that."
Absolutely.
And I said, "Yeah, you can." So for anybody, this is the next thing I'm about to say applies to anybody, and it doesn't matter if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, same sex, no sex, all sex, doesn't matter. This still applies.
Right.
Um, saying that you're not allowed to bitch about work is the same thing as saying that we can't bitch about our wives because we have a lukewarm hole to play flesh Legos with. And apparently, flesh Legos really tickled Mr. Fuzz here. So,
Flesh Legos is legitimately the first time I have ever heard Flesh Legos, and
yeah.
it fucking almost made me fall off my fucking couch because I was half awake because I think I've already worked like 50 some hours this week
Oof.
since Saturday, and I'm just delirious at this point. And two, because you come up with some of the most creative shit I have ever heard to
No,
explain
it's just I'm
things.
just shocked that you never heard me say that before because another thing like like when you're inexperienced in the bedroom, I call it dick Tetris. Like you're trying to get things to fit in certain ways. Like, oh fuck, I fucked that one up a wrong hole. You know, you put it
I,
down this way instead of this
oh
way.
my god, that's
Yeah, dick Tetris.
amazing. So, but that could probably go both ways though. Because
Uh,
that could also go like, I mean, you could also play Dick Tetris if you're like super good and super skilled in the bedroom, and your partner is super skilled in the bedroom. Because then you guys could start doing like crazy shit
yeah,
where you're
combination
like,
dick Tetris.
well, yeah, but like you guys could like do some weird shit where you're both like standing on your head and getting down that way. I mean, there's possibilities.
The
I'm
helicopter.
sure I'm sure there's some yogis out there that like are like, you do downward dog and I'll do upside down fucking orangutan or whatever the fuck, because I don't know nothing about yoga.
I don't. What was it? It's I don't know. Downward spinning dog. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I mean. I
If
know nothing about
anybody, if anybody out there does yoga, let us know some yoga terms because we're just gonna make it perverted.
it. Exactly. We're just gonna
Uh,
I figured most yoga is a direction and some type of animal. So in my brain, all yoga positions are just a directional animal. So like upward spinning badger or fucking backflip crouching cobra.
Crab. Oh, cobra. Yeah.
Or what?
Oh yeah. You don't want crabs involved. Trust me,
Yeah,
it's a
you
terrible
probably don't
experience.
want. Yeah,
Actually,
Kelsey
it's not that
Shannon.
bad, honestly. I was
Really?
young once. Yeah, I was young once. Yeah, dude, you put like this talcum powder on, and then whatever, then you shave, and then you just got to put this
Bro,
cream on it. So they
if
die.
if
It
it
happens.
is anything remotely close to having lice, that is nightmaric. I don't care because I had lice when I like. Here's the funny thing: I never got lice the entire time I was in elementary school, and like I've had long hair. Like I had super long hair for a long, long time, and I ended up getting lice in my like early 20s. And like I had no idea what to do. I was in a band. I couldn't cut my hair because I was living that life. Gotta have that sweet metal hair. Can't cut it. So I legitimately like went to my mom and I was like, "How do I get rid of this shit? This is a nightmare."
That's
So
so funny.
my mom literally covered my head because I had hair down to like, dude, legit, like my hair at the point was down here. Literally covered my head in an entire jar of mayonnaise.
Oh yeah.
And it fucking, that was the only thing that worked. The lice shampoo didn't work. The Nick Combs didn't work. But boy, we fucking covered my head and I sat there for 3.5 hours with mayonnaise head, killed everything. But so that goes back to if crabs are anything like lice, hard pass.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to remember. What is it Munopsida, I think in Greek. My dad was like, "Oh, we have Munopsida," which is, I guess, their their technical term, which literally means, I think it's Munopsida. Yeah, it means pussy fleas.
That's the medical term.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Munopsida, yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Dude, Greek has the best translate, like the best. I know a lot of,
Translations.
yes, like the best fucking swears or insults ever. That
And
like
it's all
it just
Greek.
yeah, like what like in Greek, for example. You know how like somebody here could say, "Oh, you're a fucking half a man."
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you can say to somebody, "Oh, you're half a man," but like in Greece, you could call somebody psolokima,
Uh-oh.
which means pre-cum. So you're not even the full load. You're just the pre.
Is that what it did? Like, see, because I always wondered about like translations and stuff like that, because I know English has come up with tons of terms that don't really have a foreign version. So I always wondered, like, certain things that we say, in our broken English in the U.S., like how that would translate into like another country's language. Like if you called somebody a fuck ass, like how does that
Yeah.
translate in Greek?
I mean,
You know what I mean?
not, I don't know. I feel that
Because it
like
seems like it would be a little more difficult.
yeah, but it's also very
Or they
generic.
have like would they yeah, well
Like for
it seems
example,
like
you
Greeks
you
like to
want
go above and beyond to destroy.
like okay, you say fuck ass. I would say Monica Pello. I'd call you Monica Pello.
Which would mean
You're a pussy hat. I'm sorry, we shouldn't use that word. The of a vagina hat.
oh, whatever. I'm pretty sure half the people that watch the show, if you're staying for this, if you've made it 30 in,
Yeah, it's true.
you would have checked out a long time ago because I think the cleanest episode we did was maybe episode one.
That is true. Yeah. Oh, si bouclou. That's a funny one.
What's another one? What's
Si
that?
bouclou. It's the it's not only are you not only do you suck dick, but
Okay.
but if there was a school on sucking dick, you would be the headmaster.
I'm so glad that you said that though, because that brings me into my my film suggestion of the week because you said
Oh, there you
school.
go. Oh shit. So
I it's it's not a sucking dick school, I promise. It's still in the horror realm. I don't really consider it a horror movie myself, but I'm also very weird. I had a big long conversation with the wife about how she considers things horror movies and I don't consider them horror. Like we had a big long conversation about Jaws when we were doing our horror movie list for Instagram, and she's like, "How is Jaws not on your list? That's your
it's
favorite
not a
movie."
horror movie.
Thank you. I've never considered Jaws a horror movie, but if you look the movie up online, it is technically classified as like a action adventure horror or action horror. It is
Wouldn't
it
that
is
be a thriller?
I that's how I always perceived it, but apparently in the world of being able to categorize shit, that is considered horror. Beetlejuice in some circles is considered
Yeah,
horror. But I don't consider Beetlejuice a horror movie. I never have, and I never will.
fair enough.
She also brought up, like, I think she brought up another movie that I said wasn't a horror movie, and she was like, it's absolutely a horror movie. We argued for a while about it because that's what we do because we're married. But anyhow, my,
Sucks to
my,
suck.
that's the one thing I can say. For the most part, dude, our arguments are very friendly. I mean, sometimes they get pretty bitter and pretty brutal, but for the most part, we keep our arguments rather friendly. Like it's usually a lot of ribbing because like we've been together. We just celebrated yesterday because today's 14th. Yesterday we celebrated our 10 years of marriage anniversary. So happy anniversary to my beautiful wife. A day late, even though I already made a post and everything. But but yeah, we've been together so long that I think we just know each other at this point so well that like when we know an argument's coming, we're like, all right, it's gonna go one of two ways. It's either gonna go the simple route where we just kind of argue for about 20 seconds and then start making fun of each other, or it's gonna go the blow up route because that's just arguments with people you've been with for a long time. Anyhow, scrap all that. This week's film fucking suggestion is a movie called Battle Royale. If you have not seen this movie, it is a Japanese movie in origin. It is literally about a class of kids. Apparently, like all these kids in Japan, like are bad kids, and they're not old kids. These aren't like 18, 19-year-old bad kids. These are like seventh grade kids that apparently are very, very bad. So the Japanese government decides they're not nice to adults. So we got this shit figured out. We're going to put them all on an island and make them kill each other. So literally,
Excuse me. Yeah.
it is a movie where they transport an entire it's all randomly chosen. These kids get shipped to an island, and the whole sole purpose of the movie is all these kids have to kill each other until one survives. And then the one that survives gets to get put back into society. This movie came out forever ago, apparently, but I never saw it. And I was listening to something and they talked about it, and I was like, holy shit, I got to see this. The only version that I've seen is the dubbed version, and boy, howdy, are the dubs bad.
Yes.
But all in all, this movie was great. It's called Battle Royale. That is my October movie suggestion for the week of October 14th. Check out Battle Royale. It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it free, but it has ads. Like, that's the only way to watch it unless you want to buy it or rent it.
All right.
So that's that. But you talking about being the king of sucking dick of this the dick sucking school made me think like, oh shit, kids murder kids.
This is, I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Yeah, I like I said, if I remember correctly, and not to get too deep and too dark, too weird, it originally came out in Japan. I want to say a few months before Columbine happened.
Oh, okay.
So like they pushed the release of it in the US like way back.
Makes
And
sense.
I was like, holy shit, that would have been very bad timing.
Yeah, that's an old movie then, because
Oh
Columbine was
yeah.
April 20th, 1999.
It's very old. I think they made a second one, but apparently the second one's not very good. It's not worth a watch. But that is my suggestion this week. Stay away from it if you can't handle poorly dubbed Japanese to English films. But if you are a sucker for very poor dubs
All
and
right.
you like crazy over the top violence, watch it because it's very good.
Well,
On
that's gonna actually segue into a little funny tidbit. When you said Japanese children, it reminded me. So, a guy I used to work with, also one of my best friends. His name is Brett,
okay.
and he's a giant. Like I'm 6'5", and he's at least like 3, 4 inches taller than me. So
Jesus.
he's enormous. He's this tall, giant, blonde fuck. Well, he is a karate master.
Oh
So when he
shit.
was younger, he decided I'm gonna go. He studied like he had a bunch of disciplines,
Okay.
Kyokushin, all that shit. And
Okay. So he
he,
went deep into it.
yeah,
Like it wasn't just your normal fucking jujitsu and
no,
fucking judo.
no, and he fought in K2 and everything. So anyway, he moved to Japan for 10 years, and he actually, as a gaijin in Japan, managed to get his black belt and full stripes in Japan.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
But while he was there, he learned Japanese and decided to become an English teacher for Japanese students.
Oh fuck.
So he was around Japanese kids a lot. He told me that they have this thing called Kancho,
Concho.
where they do this
Okay.
or this, but he said they basically do this,
Okay.
and they go up behind you and jam their fingers up your butthole.
Oh my god, dude.
And go ahead.
That right there is what made me start watching Naruto.
Okay.
Because I saw a GIF one night of what the hell's his name? The one-eyed teacher. It's got
I
the
don't know. No idea.
Do you watch Naruto?
Not really. Is
Have
that
you
the
ever
thing with the
seen
big
it?
hamster? Oh no, that's Hamtaro.
That's him talking.
I don't know. I don't. No, Naruto. The
Anyway,
the type
I
of
can't
anime I watch is
much darker. Tokyo Ghoul.
pornographic.
Oh, hentai. What's up?
Hentai? Yeah.
But anyhow, there's a GIF, and like this teacher kid is teaching all these kids, how to, become ninjin. Fuck, I don't know. I'm not even attempting shit, dude. I'm not doing it. Ganeen. Ganeen? Whatever. Anyway, he's teaching these kids how to be fucking ninjas. And like one of these kids gets like super cocky and starts like thinking he got him. And he fucking sneaks up behind him and fucking just like pow right in his butt. And fucking launches his kid.
Well,
And I was like, I don't know what this is.
yeah, Kancho, man. It's a
But I
thing. So
100%
he
watching
told
this.
me because like he would be in class like when he first started and they would constantly like he was like it's so fucking awkward like you're there and he's super tall so it makes it really easy for them and he's like he's up at the chalkboard and a kid just comes up and just fucking just finger punches his fart box, man. And and then I was just
It-
like, I don't know, man, this can't be like for real, for real. So then my wife and I, a few years back, we stopped in Japan. We're in Japan, right?
okay.
And we're in Naruto Airport, and
How
we
funny.
see, no, is it no? Did I say Naruto
You
Airport?
did say Naruto Airport.
See, now, and is it Naruto? I gotta look it up after. Is it
All
Naruto?
right.
Either way, I think it is. I'm not now. I don't remember because now it's just stuck in my fucking head. So anyway, we see, we see like a bunch of school kids that I guess went on a school trip, and
Okay.
they're just chasing each other around the airport, just fucking going ham. And I'm just like, I'm dying. So I'm like, oh my god, fucking
It's for
Kancho,
real.
Kancho, man,
Oh my God.
Kancho.
Could you imagine if people did that here?
Oh, dude, come on, no, that's he has
Like, how
such,
funny is that, though?
yeah,
Like,
no, he
how
is,
funny is it that like that in another place is acceptable hamming to
yeah,
just like sneak up on your buddy and just hit him, just like, huh, pooh. It's like panting in the U.S. is like our big deal when we're kids. We're like, oh, we're gonna get this dude's pants down around his ankles, and like the Japanese kids are like, that's kid shit, dude. I'm gonna fucking finger fuck this dude's butt for fun.
oh man, I have a
Like,
very sad pantsing story about
oh,
this girl I know, man. It's kind of
she
sad.
got pantsed or she pantsed you?
No. I wasn't involved. So this girl,
Okay.
very shy, whatever, she ends up getting pantsed, you know, and she gets extremely embarrassed. So she tries to stand up for herself to the bully that pants her. So she pushes her and then gets like her ass kicked.
Oh shit.
So it's like you try to stand up for yourself and then like you basically
But
still
dude,
lose.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, okay, bullying is absolute shit. If you are a bully, you're a fucking dickhole, and I don't like you immediately. But I will say that some instances bullies just win, dude, and
I know.
sometimes it just doesn't work out, and it sucks, dude. But at the end of the day, you're watching two guys, one move, and it sucks to suck. But
Yes,
like
but I
that
gotta get.
shit I think has happened to a lot of people over the years where they're like, they finally had enough. The bully gets them. They're like, fuck you. And they're thinking in their head like they're going to have that movie moment where they knock the shit out of the bully. But it turns out that the bully is actually kind of a badass and just mouth fucks you with his fist or
Or her.
hers in that case.
Yeah. But to get serious for a moment, though, regardless of if that happens to you, when you finally end up standing up for yourself, I'm gonna get serious. It's gonna be serious, Brando, for a moment, okay?
Ooh, you want to take the glasses off or are you going to leave them on?
All right. So, serious proponent here. I talk to a lot of people that it takes a lot for them to finally stand up for themselves,
Absolutely, dude.
and the worst thing is when they finally do end up standing up for themselves, they may get shit on. So, if you so decide to stand up for yourself,
Yeah,
just understand that when you clap, that person may clap back, and
absolutely.
that's where it matters most to change
Mhm.
yourself for the better, to not be a doormat.
Of course.
It doesn't matter. Please, anybody that's listening at home that maybe is more shy or doesn't stand up for themselves, it doesn't matter. First
Right.
and foremost, be proud of yourself that you clapped. First and
Of
foremost.
course. 100%.
Secondly, it's probably going to happen where they're going to clap back or
Hmm.
bully you back,
Of
but
course.
don't let that ever stop you from doing it again because you're going to do it more and more and more.
Yep.
And then eventually it's going to be so natural that there's going to be nothing for that person to even
say.
clap back at you with or to
Exactly.
say. And if they do, you'll still be able to handle your own. So I'm still in the serious mode here. So I always feel that my life isn't defined about my victories, but more so defined about how I handled myself with my losses.
Oh, absolutely, dude. And I feel that not enough people focus on shit like that. Like, we are who we are as people. Still serious mode, guys. Sorry. But we are who we are as people. But at the end of the day, dude, like when we all die, it's gonna happen. But like you hear all these tropes about living life, and you hear living your life to the fullest, and this and that and shit. But I really have always felt that the way that you are defined in life is your ability to handle things. Like, if the world drops a shit bomb on you and you find a way and you fucking push through and you persevere, and at the end of the day, dude, like, even though you constantly got hit with these shit bombs, you still persevered, you still moved through, and you still became who you are because of it. There's two paths you can take in life. You can take the petty path where you just get pissed off and you feel like everybody shits on you and you suck and your life sucks and yada yada, oh poor me. Or you can fucking pull yourself up by the bootstraps, dude, and be like, hey, guess what? Sucks to suck, but I'm still fucking here
Yep.
and you didn't win.
I think there's a
So,
third path, though.
what's the third path?
The people that just accept that they're doormats and accept that they're being manipulated and just
Yeah,
consider it as being normal or that's just the best that they can have.
that's true. But is, I guess the question I have with that is like, is that a good thing or a bad thing at the end of the day?
It depends on how you handle it because, for example, oftentimes it's about reading. You want to be an alpha, okay?
Right.
It's about reading and how you read it. So, for example, sometimes I know that somebody's trying to manipulate me.
Oh,
I
of
know they
course.
are,
Yeah.
and I allow it. But there's a difference. I know what they're trying to do. I allow it, and I put that shit in my pocket for later. So you may
Just
think
keep
you
your
got one on me.
tabs.
You may
Keep
think
it,
you got one on me, but
but you
that's
didn't.
that's in a weirdest way great power. A great power or
True.
a great trait to have is I know what you're doing. I can fucking read exactly what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to sucker me.
Right.
So there's a difference on that third path to me of people that do that
Mm-hmm.
versus people that can just be easily made to think, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't do it like that. Oh, they must be right because why would I be getting manipulated?
Right.
And then maybe, just maybe, eventually realizing it
Right.
later, not on the spot, not inability to read the person and read the room, but
Of course.
maybe later down the line, it gets brought to your attention that perhaps you were manipulated, or
Mm-hmm.
perhaps you were taken advantage of, or perhaps you're a fucking doormat.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where that third path is, because then they can just say, yeah, but whatever, man. There's nothing I can do. So,
Right. That's true. Yeah, but like, I mean, it's one of those things, dude. Like, I mean, there's lots of people in the world, especially probably more now than ever, people that deal with like anxiety of all types. Like, I am 100% one of those people, and it's no secret that I am an anxiety-ridden human, and I have different branches of it. But like at the end of the day, dude, like the way that I try to handle my shit is the best way that I can. And like you are going to come in contact with people in your life that are manipulators. You are going to come in contact with people in your life that are wolves in sheep's clothing. Like it's just going to fucking happen, dude. But like you said, it's your ability to learn, to adapt, and read. Because you get fucked. That sucks. At the end of the day, it sucks. It sucks to suck. But like over the course of time, I feel like you have to adapt to that, and you have like even whether you notice you're doing it or not, you start to pick up these little subtle hints where you're like, okay, I got your fucking number. You
yep.
know, I remember this from this person. I remember this from that person. Like, I know what you're doing now.
Yep.
And I can either let you do it or I can put my foot down and stop your ass in the beginning. But the other thing
Don't
is, man,
forget.
is I feel that's the thing. I feel that people that are manipulators and people that are connivers and stuff like that, they are so embedded in their falseness that they forget the shit that they say. So if you
They
become
start
that
believing,
person, well, yeah, they start believing it. But if you have been pre-exposed to the mass amount of fuckery that people are capable of, you learn to keep receipts on people. So when they're like, "Oh man, nah, I never said that," you're like, "Bitch,
yeah.
you did because it's right there." You know what I mean?
Dude, the best way I can explain it by using an extreme example is like, okay, man and woman. Man punches woman in the face.
Gotcha. Of
Not only is that illegal, it's morally wrong and it should never happen.
course.
Woman now gets punched in the face, but then stays with man because man explains to her, well, I punched you in the face because you fucked up on making this dinner. You fucked up on this. You made me do it.
Right.
You. Not
Yep.
me, the piece of shit. Not me.
Shit.
Not me. Not the
Right.
guy, the piece of shit that hits you, but it's
Exactly.
your fault. So
Yes.
that's basically the best way. So this is what I'm going to get at. Last and final say on this to my friend back in
Mhm.
the day that got pantsed and stood up and it still didn't work out in your favor. Regardless, you should, I hope back then you felt proud of yourself because you finally stood up for yourself. Regardless if you fail or not, it's better to fucking die standing than live on your knees. And that's just my opinion.
Could not agree more with that statement. I
And
really
to
couldn't.
segue back into the fuckery that is two guys, one moop, I just wanted to point out that I actually got a Spartan helmet, um, little mini Spartan helmet.
Is that for your peen?
Um, well, it was intended to make some funny pictures for my wife of a Spartan helmet on my peen. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying much, but unfortunately, I don't know if you see how small that is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's too big.
I knew
So
it was
welcome
going
back.
there. Nice. So I don't know where we are on time, but
37,
to
30.
37 minutes already?
Mm-hmm.
God damn, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
But to bring it around to the October side of things, I wanted to ask you because I listen to a lot of podcasts, I listen to a lot of stories, I listen to a lot of spooky shit because spooky shit is my life. I'm basically a kid in a normal facade.
Spooky shit
But
is your life.
spooky shit is my life, dude. I love spooky shit. But
Opposite of Paul, because Chipotle is Paul's life.
Chipotle is Paul's life. My lord. But what do you know about what did I type last night?
Oh, um, I'm just gonna read the well, I can't read all our conversations.
Right,
I don't
obviously
fuck.
not. We'll never be able to show our faces in public again.
We talk way too much shit.
Hmm.
Case in point, top something.
Top something. That's still that's funny.
And also the when we're talking about how it's before you know it's gonna be Christmas time. Christmas time is coming up, everyone.
Christmas
Almost.
time is coming up, and you got Halloween.
Christmas. Halloween, then Thanksgiving, but then Christmas. Just saying Christmas, just in case. Christmas. Okay. um, what did you call it?
I
Oh my
tried
God, we talk way too much, dude.
We talk so fucking much. It's absurd.
Oh God.
We talk as much as like if we were schoolgirl women. I
Literally.
I know I
Literally.
spelled I know what it is. It's yokai, but I
Oh,
spelled
Yokia.
it
Yokia.
Yokia is what I typed. Yokio, the special sister of Nokia.
Yes.
But anyhow, I did want to ask you real quick, like what you know about yokai. because I mean that flows into all the Japanese shit we've been talking this
The
episode.
number one thing I know about yokai, okay, is it
Are
is
you gonna
the
say watch?
what?
Okay, never mind. Yokai
No.
Watch. It was like an anime with like a ghost that looked like a
Oh
turd.
no, no.
Like it looked like a
No.
literally it looked like a poop. I'll fucking throw a picture up.
Well, yokai is the name of the camera drone that hits people with an effect that rumbles their brain.
Really?
And it's the special effect of Echo, which is a defending operator in Rainbow Six Siege.
Hot diggity. Nicely
Yokai.
done. Yokai. But no, yokai is by definition the Japanese term for it's mainly used in folklore, I believe. It's like spirits, ghosts, monsters, demons, but they all fall under the yokai umbrella. And I am very fascinated with a lot of Japanese folklore because I think it's incredible how like you can go from like shape-shifting women demons to like ghost cats.
So nonfiction to fiction.
Oh yeah, of course. Like it's crazy to me. Like how many like different like you can literally go on there. They have websites dedicated to like all the different types of yokai and like the what the little story is. I tried to print it out, but apparently I'm having printer issues today because there's a couple of them, dude, that are like just the goddamnedest thing. And you're just like, if I ever physically saw this in person, like I don't how you write a story about that.
I don't know. I'm still a little disappointed you didn't just catch my joke, man.
I did I miss it? Shit.
You said it goes from like demon shape shifting women to ghost cats, and I said, oh, so from nonfiction to fiction.
I hope somebody else caught that because now that I'm catching it, I'm loving it.
Oh man, I fucking hate my life. Sucks to suck.
Don't hate your love. That's just me fucking being in my own ass.
No, I'll help you out there.
Yeah, right. Just give me one of those fucking. I'm gonna try to do that to some. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep that to myself because I'm gonna try to sneak that on somebody and see how that works out for me.
I know exactly.
Technically, she won't see this shit till tomorrow, so I could probably sneak that shit in today. And
I'm not gonna lie. That was years ago that my friend Brett told me about this, and then it was like even more years later. Well, not more years. It was a couple years after, and then still years ago. Oh no, dude! I fucking Kancho my wife like all the time. And we
like, do you give her the soft Kancho or do you like full bore Kancho?
No, dude,
you like
I'll even do the sneak Kancho. Like she'll be like washing the dishes, and I'll just be like, just with this. I'll just be like,
oh, it's a sneak finger. Yes, I think that's our duty as husbands, though.
Yeah. Well, there's this thing. She can't be like it's dude. Since we fucking were like just friends, like whenever she's in front of me walking up the stairs, I always pinch the cheeks.
Okay, so
and I chase her up the staircase. Yeah. Yep. Every time.
I am
public, private doesn't matter.
Victim of the. I'm a slave to the booty slaps. Like literally, there's nothing in the world that my wife could be doing. Like if her ass is in the vicinity of me, it's getting slapped. It's happening. Like it just has to happen for me. Like I don't know. It's like an involuntary. Like a lot of times, like I joke and shit, and she's like, "Do you really have to do that shit all the time?" And it's like, look, at this point in our relationship and our life, like I don't even think about doing it. Like it just you walk by and it just happens. I'm just like, yep, this is the time. Papa two. Gotta smack them cheeks. Same.
And it actually led into something else too. So every time I slap it or give it like she does this really high pitched hey, and it reminded me way back then of Zelda. So now every time she says hey, I go, listen. It's been like that for years. Like the fairy from Zelda. Hey, listen. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Every time. In public doesn't matter, anywhere. Every time.
Dude, I get the one where like legit there was one time that we were doing something and like I gave her the softest, like The softest little tit
Go team.
fucking butt slap. Yeah, the go team, but not even like an aggressive go team butt slap. Just like a
The scoop.
and I don't know if like it just caught her off guard or what the fuck it was, but she literally said ow.
Yeah.
But it was like it was the most nonchalant ow. Like it was just like ow. And I was just like, what? So now like in my brain, because I am who I am, like every once in a while I'll give her the small one. And then every once in a while, like I'll just rear back and I'll give her the full bore fucking kabang slap just to see if I get an ow. And most of the time I don't, but like I just have that in my head where I'm just like,
Yeah.
like she's just like, ow. And I'm just like, what? What? Ow, what? What happened here? Why are we owing right now? Fuck, I don't know, man.
I'm sorry,
This
but yeah, yokai.
nah, fuck it.
No, we can talk about yokai.
No, I know that. I'm
It's
just saying, like
spoopy.
it is spoopy. It is spoopy. It is October. Do you know anything about yokai? Like, have you ever read any stories about specific yokai or anything like
Um,
that? I don't know how deep into Japanese
if
culture
I
you're
were,
in.
well, I mean, dude,
Besides,
I used to be.
fucking
Yeah.
which
I
everybody
used,
needs to be into at this
yes,
point.
I used to be a little more into it. I'm more on the demon side, like way more on the demon side
Yeah, of course.
of Japanese culture, and Shogun and all
Yes.
that.
Is a
Than I am.
shogun a demon?
No, Shogun, like the actual Shogun, like samurai,
Yeah.
shoguns,
Okay. Yeah, that's what I
lords,
thought.
vassals.
But the
But
shogun
most of
adapted
them actually will
uh,
wear a Hanya mask.
the Hanyas. That's what the
Yes,
Hanya is like a
which is
demon.
funny because Hanya is technically a female demon.
Right.
I was gonna show you my mask, but I can't for reasons.
Got
Um,
it.
um, but like they have the full face. So like, do you remember Three Ninjas?
Yeah.
Rocky, Colt, and Tum
Rocky
Tum.
Tum Tum. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the mask.
Yeah, but those
Yeah,
weren't
the
Hanya masks,
Shogun.
were they?
Well, partial, yes. So
Okay.
full face because that'd be considered. So they're like demons or like also could be called. I remember a yokai depending on the way it's shaped or not
Right.
shaped. So
Of
the way
course.
it's painted.
Presented.
So I was more into the demon side shit, obviously, because like I'm pretty much like borderline Satanist. So I
Yeah.
love everything demons and all that good stuff.
Big into
But
themselves.
essentially, what the Japanese people did back then is they made a hanya, which
Mhm.
essentially, when you boil it down, is they gave it to a woman because it's a very nagging, like jealous demon. um, I'm just gonna take a sip now, and this is me like Kermit minding my own business.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's fucking
but
cool though, man.
as
But like those
far,
masks, incredible.
oh, I know they're amazing.
And I assume that the samurai adapted the Hanya mask to strike fear.
Dude, the whole kit is like insane.
Dude,
It make
it's
them appear
fucking
to be
ridiculous.
larger, bigger,
Yes.
like very crazy. Because like the thing is like people don't get because all the way of the samurai versus the way of the ninja. It's like no, it's like hand in hand
Right.
because most samurai had an extreme discipline in ninjutsu and
Right.
could also when they took the armor off be said assassin. So it's pretty
Right.
crazy. But I remember from all that stuff that if I recall correctly, the yokai there's 8 types of yokai.
Yes.
Some and like the lowest level is actually more like a friendly ghost, like a
Yes. Yes.
Casper, and then
Yep.
the deeper you go, it's like almost like Dante's Inferno. It just gets worse and worse and worse, and then you have
Right.
the like the the emperor yokai, which is
Hmm.
like straight up like fucking killing children and can solidify
Right.
themselves and possess and be able to murder.
Yes.
So
The actual thing that got me into yokai originally was I can't remember what it was. I saw a picture of it was a Japanese ghost he had the I don't I mean I'm not fucking dicking on anybody's culture or anything like that. I'm an idiot. But they had the circle type hat with the top. He had vampire fangs, super long like Nosferatu fingers, and a super long braid in the back. And the description of the picture was hopping ghost. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So that's what initially, when I was younger, took me down the path of learning about certain types of yokai. And then I learned about the Juragomo, which is basically the Spider Woman. She's basically a mixture of a siren and a shapeshifter that lured men to a river, like secluded river. She would sing a song that was beautiful, and she looked beautiful.
I see. It's so crazy how these old cultures intertwine because they have all that stuff in like Norse
Oh, of
mythology,
course.
Germanic mythology, Greek mythology, Arachne,
Yeah.
and the harpies and the succubus.
Oh, yes.
And yeah.
But like that's what's always been very, very cool to me about folklore is I feel that I don't know what is considered the oldest culture on the planet, the oldest stories, the oldest folklores. I don't fucking know, and I'm not going to get into an argument with some fucking historyologist dickhead
It just
about it.
basically breaks down from Pangea. We all came like the center of Pangea, which Pangea,
Right.
all the continents were combined together. So like
Yes.
the cradle of civilization would technically be Africa, and then from there you have the Western Africans, and you have the Tigris Euphrates. You have
Right.
so if you want to, it's broken down. So Africa, yes, of course, but then the second would probably be the modern day Iraq
Of
has
course.
extreme deep civilization. And then you talk about like you have like the Greeks, which is like the not modern, but we adapt a lot of things still today. The birth of democracy, mathematics, type of shit like that. But it's all fucking intertwined, and it's pretty sweet. It's
But I just
basically
love how every culture has its own form of the same stories.
yeah, it's like
Like
the
the
original
only
TikTok.
the only thing, and maybe you can help me on this, the only thing that I have not seen in any other culture besides Japanese culture, I can't remember the name of these yokai, but their heads leave their bodies, fly around to terrorize people, and then come back to said body. But this shit happens. Apparently, the way that it works is their necks stretch and then their heads leave their bodies and they terrorize people and they go back. So much so that I learned about this shit a long time ago and then found it very funnily one day reading through an Abe Sapien one shot, taking it to comics. There is a short story in there that Mignola wrote called Heads, and it's all about Hellboy taking a rest in a Japanese forest.
Oh, that's cool.
And fucking coming into these types of yokai. And he has to he fucks them by getting rid of all their bodies. So now they're just disembodied fucking heads forever. So but that's one ghost, spirit, demon, whatever that I've never seen into another culture rather than Japanese.
The head?
Yeah. Like the disembodied head that flies around.
I'd say the closest thing would be Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, correct.
Yeah, Headless Horseman.
But that wasn't quite a disembodied head flying around scaring people. Yeah. That was the headless body terrorizing everybody. But yeah, that
I know
came
a lot
from
of
your neck of the woods, didn't it?
Yeah. Currently, I mean, not where I came from, but currently.
Right.
I am actually now, I want to say 30 minutes to Sleepy Hollow.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a trip, son.
It's a fucking really nice area. That whole area is like big money.
I always wanted to go there.
Carytown, Sleepy Hollow.
Legit. First thing we did when we went on our honeymoon, because when we got married and we went on our honeymoon, we got a trip to Disney World. First thing we did when we were walking around Magic Kingdom, dude, is I saw a eatery because they have like themed eateries inside Disney World for those of you who haven't been there. First fucking themed eatery I saw was the Sleepy Hollow Inn. And I was like, yep, getting a hot dog from that fucking place just because. Because I'm a fucking weirdo. And
I know. I actually always wanted a headless horseman tattoo. Thinking about it.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
One day. One day.
Yeah, I always like when I was a kid, man. I always wanted to get like cool Japanese demon fucking
Well, I'm
tattoos.
getting that one I showed you, and it's probably gonna
Right.
go right there.
But like I always have this weird self-conscious thing where like I do a fair share of research on shit, but like I'm one of those people that like if I got called on something like, do you know where you that's from? I would be like, yeah, it's this, and I'd know like half the story, and then I'd get like fucking beaten to the fucking ground because
I
it's like
fucking
people
hate that
that get
shit.
it's like people that get like Japanese writing tattooed on them. And it's like I've always been so terrified of that because all it takes is one asshole tattoo artist to put the wrong line one place, and it goes from like being peaceful or energy into I heart fat cock in Japanese
Boy, was
arm.
he
You know what
wrong.
I mean? Like, so like I've always been terrified of shit like that.
Ah,
But I've always been just very into, Japanese like demon culture and Japanese ghost culture because it's just so fucking interesting.
yeah.
And even so that Norse mythology is fucking phenomenal reads. Fucking Greek mythology, obviously. Phenomenal shit. I actually just heard some story the other day that was like a modern take on Medusa, and it was fucking super cool.
Oh, that's
It was like a little girl that was blind was like doing shit with her mom, and they went into a mall, and like she just heard everybody start to scream and shit like that. And then obviously she's blind, so she's like feeling around trying to find her mom, and it's like boom, everybody's turned to stone and shit, and you're like, huh, that's actually a pretty interesting take on shit. Because
you're
Medusa
gonna
would love your ass if you were
yeah.
blind.
You're gonna like my new art piece that we're hanging upstairs. Then
Ooh,
it's a
yeah,
modern
I've just
Medusa.
like Medusa. So
Oh, big
that's just
time! You saw
always,
my
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, big time.
But it looks like we're reaching that mark to where it's getting to be moop time.
So Amanda first, or then
We'll
Amanda
we'll
first?
we'll hammer with the Amanda first.
Amanda. Goddamn, Amanda. It's been a week already.
It's
It's
been a
been a
week.
week already, my sweet, sweet Amanda.
We're gonna
And
have
this
to, we'll
week's
have to write a song, dude. Like
yeah.
Sweet Caroline. We'll have to do like a little mini fucking Sweet Amanda fucking gay bitch.
um. Well, this week's Amanda is going to a one Diana Hayes.
Oh, Diana
Diana
Hayes.
Hayes is known in the Scottish fold community. Yes, Scottish
Uh,
fold community. Lilith is a Scottish fold, so I know all about Scottish folds. I'm in multiple Scottish fold groups on Facebook and other platforms. Okay, thank you very much.
nice.
Diana Hayes from New York, Buffalo, New York.
To be
She
precise.
is a Scottish fold kitten breeding scammer.
Oh Christ.
She takes multiple deposits from people, refuses to give out a phone number, uses a Google Voice number, and scams old folks or people that just have too much faith in other human beings out of said deposits and money. And the worst part is she uses her own Facebook account to do so,
Oh my God.
or did for a while, and then
Oh yeah.
ended up making different um, Facebooks and things and scamming people. But her actual name, said point case match, is Diana Hayes. So Diana Hayes, you are a giant, Amanda, and you are this week's Amanda because you just scammed a 76-year-old woman out of her money. Oh, Fuzz cut out. That sucks, and Fuzz is back.
I'm back. Sorry. Fucking telemarketer called me, apparently,
Hey,
wants to
okay.
sell me
Maybe it's
shit.
Diana
It's
Hayes
probably
trying to sell you a
Diana.
Scottish fold.
Do you want to buy a Scottish fold from me? Nah, bitch. I just found out about you. No. Fucking Amanda.
Diana Ellen Hayes.
What a fuck, man. I can't understand. Like, dude, the next level fuckery on that stuff, man. It's just absolute dog shit. People that do that.
Yeah.
But fuck you. Don't be an Amanda. Don't be a Diana. Don't be a fucking scammer ass bitch. Which leads into a absolutely amazing moop this week. So, it being spooky season, we all have heard tales and stories of razor blades in candy and all that shit. And whether it's really happened, whether it hasn't really happened. Well, this week's moop kind of, sort of, tried to make that shit a reality. What was his name?
Nicholas Mitchell.
Nicholas Mitchell from Dover, New Hampshire.
Yeah, which is really close to my old home. In fact,
Decided.
I still may have family that lives there.
Holy shit, for real? Hopefully it's not Nicholas Mitchell.
No. No.
So, backstory time for why Nicholas Mitchell is this week's move. Apparently, Nicholas Mitchell worked in a pizza dough type factory. Everything good?
Yeah, I'll wait till after.
You got spooky shit going on in the house?
I just heard somebody screaming, and I live on top of a mountain, so I don't know why I would hear somebody screaming like in my driveway. So we'll get to that after we finish Nicholas Mitchell.
Okay. Well, let's do this real quick. Nicholas Mitchell apparently worked in a factory that made or packaged pizza dough. And this dickhole decided he was going to put razor blades inside these pre-made pizza doughs. And this company that he worked for ships these pre-made pizza doughs to tons of stores, like tons of places. Apparently somebody bought said pizza dough, went to make themselves a pizza, and found razor blades in it. So, Nicholas Mitchell, you are this week's
scumbag.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, what's wrong with people, man?
Dude, I'll never understand it.
No, the story I was going to interject with that is actually I know somebody, work with, that got a sandwich from a certain deli, took a bite, bit into it, started chewing, and cut their mouth up because they put a razor blade inside of their sandwich.
Jesus Christ, dude. So it's everywhere.
Well, at least at that point.
Oh, it can't be any worse than these fucking assholes that at other establishments that I will apparently not fucking name right now that think it's super funny to fucking try to poison people that they don't like by putting bullshit in their drinks. So, if you are a food worker and you do anything along those fucking lines to anybody for any fucking reason, you belong with Nicholas Mitchell, and you are a fucking moop asshole.
Facts.
Boom. With all that being said, I believe that brings episode 30 of Two Guys, One Moop to a close. But before we close out, if you took the time to watch this episode 31 is going to feature two special guests. We are going to do some full-on spooky shit for probably the entire hour, considering the history that both of our special guests, Mr. Javier and Julio, have in the spooky world. That will be episode 31. We'll have to work out the logistics, and I will hand it over to you, sir.
Yes. Go vegan, eat pussy. Have a good night.